Hello, everybody. This is Carrie from Stamp with CT. Our mic's plugged in.
Yeah,
Okay.
doing good.
Okay. So Oliver was resting very quietly, and now he's decided to get up and pull his blanket across the room. Yay. So welcome on in to some real life crafting. It's Carrie, and we're glad you're here. In the craft room with me today is Dale, the crafty husband,
Howdy.
and Oliver, the crafty pup. So we're here with you for February 2025 stamp class, and we are featuring the beautiful Bokeh suite of products. So we have used this a good bit over the past, 3 weeks or so. We did a beautiful Bokeh bingo and made some fun projects. We'll show you those in just a minute. And then we also did our Finally Friday free online class last Friday night using these products for some of them. And then today we have stamp class for you. So hopefully we have given you some inspiration for those of you that have already purchased this stamp die bundle or the entire suite collection. Or maybe we'll inspire you to go and purchase it, right?
Oh yeah.
Cheryl, my assistant and sweet friend, was the one who really noticed this suite of products in the new mini catalog and was so excited about them. And so, we've worked together to try to bring some really fun projects for you and hopefully inspire you and show you some cool ways to create with this set. So, first up, Dale's going to show you the stamp set, beautiful butterflies. Butterfly? Yeah, butterflies.
Butterflies.
Butterflies, plural. And then what's cool about this is, of course, you can buy just the stamp. You can also earn this stamp for free during celebration, which ends the 28th of February, so a little bit longer on that. And you can earn it for free. It's one of the 11 different options that they added in February. So then you could just purchase your dies, which it's a hybrid embossing folder and dies that coordinate with this. You want to go ahead and set that back down, Dee, and we'll show them. I guess the dies next would be the next
Okay.
best step. So Cheryl has hers mounted on some magnetic sheets. And so you see there's lots of different pieces to this, a couple of labels for sentiments, which I love, an intricate butterfly, the large, and then also the
The
cool one that cuts little note cards.
the these all the butterflies have, or most of the butterflies have the body that and the cut around,
Uh-huh. Like you get the full image
and then
and then the more intricate part. So you'll see a lot of this in use. And then you want to show them, Dale, how that fits down into the embossing folder,
yes. Let
that
me
piece that fits inside. So a hybrid embossing folder is really cool because as you're cutting on a pass through your stamp and cut and emboss machine or whatever die cut machine you own, you're also embossing. So you're doing both steps at once. It gives you such a beautiful effect. And that just drops right into that embossing folder. And so that way you're able to cut and emboss at the same time. Really cool. So let's go ahead and move on then. I'll take all of those items and just get those out of the way. Dale's going to be helping me with demo tonight. We say tonight. This will post on the 15th of February around 9 o'clock in the morning. And we do a pre-recorded video because we have an in-person stamp class as well. So what's cool is this releases about the time everybody's walking through the door and we're getting ready to make our projects in person. Okay, we also have the bokeh dots. Now, this is part of the suite. Dale, please open them carefully because you know when they come in a little home like that, that means when
they
you drop them, they
multiply when you draw
multiply.
them out. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So you don't ever want to just jerk that open and have them go everywhere. These are so fun and so sparkly. And I do have a shaker card that Cheryl made that I'll share with you in just a minute. You'll get a better look at those. We're not using those in class today, but they are so fun. What we are using is a really cool low profile embellishment.
Okay.
I'll take those. And so they're in this package. So in your kit, if you chose to go ahead and register for a kit, then you'll have a strip of those and you'll see how awesome they are. But I love how flat they are. USPS, they're gonna like these embellishments,
Oh
aren't
yeah,
they?
because they're not going to be able to flatten
Well, I
these.
say they're gonna like them. They're not gonna like them because it won't let them charge you more money, right?
No, it won't.
And then if you registered for class, then you have your kit that we shipped out to you. And it is 4 cards that we'll be making today. And we're going to go ahead and get started, right?
All right.
Okay, let me move that out of the way because I do have some set up for us, Dale, back behind here. You want to stay put and I'll bring it to you.
Okay.
I'll let you show them the project first.
Okay.
We're going to be artsy, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a really cool project. And we just went ahead and took the designer series paper. Now, I don't have a full sheet of each of the designer series papers. So you'll see as we move along different papers, but that bokeh effect, that light effect is on the papers and it's just so awesome. So this one is in Calypso Coral and we just thought we'd just stamp directly on the designer series paper. That's a really cool technique that we sometimes forget about, don't we?
Oh, absolutely.
And then I don't know, can you tell on camera, Dale, if the splatters kind of pick up? We'll show you how to get.
These splatters
Well,
are
there's
the
some stamp splatters, and then there's also some shiny splatters.
yeah,
And so I'll teach you the secret.
I think you can see a little
A
bit
little
in
bit
here.
in person, it really does shimmer, but we'll show you the secret of how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Put that up in that corner.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and get our pieces out. Don't lose your little body, okay?
Okay.
Hold on to your body. You want to stick it on the glue dot roll? Did we get some glue dots out? Maybe not. There's some in that bin. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Just kind of curl it up with your fingernail and maybe stick him to the glue dots, then you won't lose him.
Okay.
We won't lose him. Can you get him?
I got him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna scrunch him up, scrunch up the glue dot with my fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not really good at that. All right.
Okay.
The old glue dot come off on my thumb.
It's okay. It'll stick back down. Then you could just set that aside and then you uh-oh. Did you drop him?
I dropped him.
Can you get him?
I have no idea where he went.
Uh-oh. Well, we may have to cut another one. Here, Oliver. Here, baby. Did you find it?
Found it.
All right. Look at that. You're living right, Dee.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll set that aside now. Our little guy is going to give us problems, isn't it?
Mhm.
I went ahead and set up the stamps on the Stamparatus, which is a stamp positioning tool that Stampin' Up! Offered in the past. It is not something that is for sale anymore, but there's other stamp positioning tools on the market. So what we did was we went ahead and set it up, and it does have the mat for a photopolymer stamp in there. I just went ahead and lined that up, Dale, on the very edge
Okay.
of our mat.
Okay.
And then we've got our magnet.
Okay.
And that way, when you bring it across, is everything going to line up real well?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's slide him that way just a little bit.
okay. With the stamp positioning tool,
And roll it over again.
it helps out when you're using a large
I think
stamp
so.
like this. Awesome. Because we're going to be able to ink this up. And then if we don't get a perfect impression, we can come back and add more ink. I think let's get that other little piece of magnet to put down there.
Okay.
So these are super magnets. They're so strong. And if you let them click together, they will break. And
See
so
these two pieces right here?
we have broken one. And by we, I mean Dale.
Thank you.
Throw him under the bus. But
Thank
he
you.
did accidentally break it. It is not a big deal. They still work. And to be honest with you, I kind of like having the smaller pieces of magnet.
Yes, they
I really do.
because you can position them a little better.
So go ahead and make sure that that's good in the camera, Dale, the butterfly, because we want to, Oliver, get down, please. Get down, please. We want to definitely make sure that they can see that we're inking that up really well.
Okay. All right, and I'm gonna bring the ink to the stamp.
Mm-hmm.
And
So we're using Memento Tuxedo Black. Do you need something underneath
yeah,
there?
I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna put that lid underneath it.
Okay, that'll work. Dale's going to take his time, make sure that the stamp is inked up really well. It is a little bit stained. We have used this a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheryl was kind enough to let me borrow her set.
All right.
And
We didn't
we
get
have broken this set in, let me tell you.
we didn't get this set, did we?
No, this is Cheryl's. Uh, okay.
It's still not. It's okay.
And I think that's pretty good.
All right.
And we can go ahead and bring it across. And you're going to apply pressure just like you would when you're using a block, acrylic block. You don't have to smash super hard. I've seen some people like press on it, put all their weight behind it. You don't have to do that, but you do want to make sure that you're pressing and letting the ink transfer. What do you think?
I think we got
A little bit of a gap?
Yeah, a little bit of a gap.
Maybe just that one section that needs to be done?
We'll give it a shot.
Oh, is it on that side?
Mm-hmm. And then
You can see that where he missed a little bit, he's able to pick that up.
we'll try it on this other side just a little bit as well.
And that should line right back up.
Yeah,
Okay, that looks good, doesn't it?
that does look good.
All right. I'll let you take that off
Okay.
of the stamparatus,
All right.
and I'll get it out of your way. Put this right back here. What you need?
I just need someplace to put these magnets. Got them.
Let me go ahead and take them. You'll put them on that
Okay.
platform. Okay.
Um. Now, do we want to stamp off on the splatter?
Did was stamped at full strength,
Okay.
and then I would turn it
Okay.
so it had a little bit more random effect to it, and I would stamp it then second generation or that little bit lighter. So you could also use a piece of scrap paper, even flip this DSP over that you get a different effect if you wanted it all stamped off.
Okay. Okay.
Are we using a mat? No?
No, I'm not using a mat.
Well, it's a splatter, so I think that's okay. When we get ready for the sentiment, we'll use the mat. Just a little different look.
Okay.
All right, we happy with that? If you'll put that on the chamois, please.
All right. All right.
Okay, here's our mat. Oh, I forgot to show those samples. I'll do that in just a minute.
There we go.
And then we have that cute sentiment that we're going to add.
Okay.
And I love that Calypso coral on the black card base. I just think that's so striking.
There we
Okay,
go.
on your chamois, please. Try to keep from having a stamping crisis.
That was
Okay,
good.
so we're pretty much done with this card. We just need to adhere everything together.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the body on top of
Oh,
it.
yes. Put the body on it. So the glue dot serves to help you keep up with them, and then you can also add it with glue dots. Give it a little lift.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and take that mat out of your way so we can burnish the
Okay.
card base. And then add our inside panel. And I thought it might be fun too. If we wanted to stamp some splatters on the inside, we could. We don't have to.
Okay. Let's go ahead and put our inside in right quick. I don't do anything quick. Feel like
Let's be honest.
uh-huh.
Uh,
Okay.
you gonna splatter or no splatter?
Sure, we can
We
splatter.
probably splattered before we put that in there, but that's okay. And we didn't splatter on that first one. We may add a couple splatters.
Okay.
What's your thought pattern on splatters?
Mm, just kind of come up with. Now I
You
have
want
to
to put
write
a
all.
put a couple on my project that I made?
Sure.
I would kind of like some, maybe like one full strength and partial strength, and then maybe a full strength up in that other corner.
Okay.
You think?
There we go.
Okay, put that back over on the chamois. We'll close the sink pad up, and then now I'll show you how to get the cool effect.
All
See you
right.
guys.
Her body's not wanting to stay down.
Want it to stay down? Is it just one glue dot on it?
Yeah, it's just one.
Work on it in a little bit. We'll just go ahead and finish up our project now.
We want to put him on.
Yes. Don't forget about stamping on your designer series paper directly to it. Such a beautiful effect, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And just so simple.
Okay.
Okay, so now to get the little shiny look, we're going to bring in our Wink of Stella glitter pen. And what you're going to want to do is make sure that you've got a fairly new Wink of Stella that's plenty juicy. And you're just going to tap the brush like this on the cap. How's it doing, Dave? You see any?
Yeah, I do.
It's kind of a subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do a couple?
Sure.
Give it a try.
Okay.
Right. So it works well with a brand new or fairly new Wink of Stella so that you can get that shiny flicking on there, that splattering. All right.
Card number one.
That is card number one. Let me move some stuff over so they can see how pretty they are.
Okay.
I love how that turned out. And of course, I'll post some pictures as well. Go ahead and move those, Dee, and let's show right quick.
You know what we didn't do?
What?
We didn't put one of those.
Oh, one of the embellishments on?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I only put one on that other card, but they're kind of a peach color, aren't they? But they go well with this.
When they have a gold one and a peach one.
We use the peach.
I can get it.
Why don't you put it on the table? That would probably help.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a fancy word for. Did it help or not? Give you more leverage.
I
You can't
can't.
get them off?
Oh, there he went.
He goes flying across the room. And I don't know, if you think it needs more than one, put more than one. There's a little strip of those embellishments, so you can do what you want to.
One's good.
One is good. Okay. If you'll put them back up there so we don't lose them. And we'll go ahead and show some projects too that I promised. I kind of got ahead of myself. Too excited, right?
Oh, absolutely. We want to get going as fast as we can, right?
Okay, so this is a shaker card that Cheryl made. So we'll show them that one. Really fun because you use a clear envelope to do that. And that's where you can really see those little bokeh dots, those cute little shaker bits in there. I'm gonna open it up.
Okay.
Really cute.
Very nice.
And then we have three projects that we made at bingo. And some of you may have seen these before because you either participated in bingo or you've seen other videos where we shared them. And then this one, I fixed it. Remember how it was on there backwards because we're
Yes.
professionals?
Oh,
I fixed it.
look at
It
that.
opens properly now.
Oh,
And this one was a fan favorite for bingo. Just a piece of designer series paper because this paper is a 6x6 paper stack. And so you just cut it down and use that as your, yeah, you cut a no, you cut it to 5 1/4. And then on the 6-inch side, you scored it too. That's all you do. And you add it to a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card base. And then your DSP is really featured with that card. You opened it up, right?
yep.
Okay. And then this one also has, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The embossing folder. This is a really cool way to really feature the embossing folder only. I love that.
That is,
Simple, very elegant looking.
I like that.
I do too. And then this last sample is again using that large butterfly image, and this was colored using soft pastel chalks in our stamp camp that we did last weekend. So Dale, you used the chalk directly to the paper
Yes.
and then kind of blended it out with a
With
Q-tip, right?
yes.
Yes, just with a Q-tip. And so it gives such a beautiful effect. You may want to bring that just a little bit closer so they can
Ooh,
see.
that's a whole lot closer.
That
Whoa,
was up close and personal,
slow
wasn't it?
down.
Yeah, so really, really pretty effect that we learned with those pastel chalks. Okay.
And
Well,
here,
oh, do I have another one?
yep.
I do.
The one that you did.
Oh, yes, our Finally Friday project that we did. We made a little set of note cards, and so those are cut in a butterfly shape. So 5 note cards using the end colors in the little packaging, ready to gift. So fun. Thank you. I almost forgot those. Okay, we are going to pause for just a moment, and we'll be back with card number 2. Okay, before we share card number 2 with you, we want to show you our first iteration. Cheryl and I were just playing around in the craft room, and we thought, wouldn't it be fun and messy to ink up the embossing folder? So we grabbed some, what color is that, Dee?
Azure Afternoon.
Azure Afternoon, which is a fabulous blue. And we inked up that embossing folder and we ran it through with just a piece of, I think we used just regular basic white cardstock. And this is the effect that we got. We just adhered it to that card base, that Azure Afternoon card base, and thought it turned out so cool. But the more we thought about it, that's not really something you can do at home if you don't have that set. And so we just went ahead and embossed the piece of cardstock for you, and we came up with a different way to create card number 2. So we'll go ahead and bring that in and show you what we're talking about. We are using a water painter. And did I grab one now?
No, it's
Back here?
yeah,
And your block.
in the ball.
Where's your block?
It's all the way back.
Okay. So we grabbed a water painter and we grabbed some colors of ink. We're going to need those. Can you reach them? We'll show you what we're using. Any colors would work. You might want to grab a paper towel as well. And if you don't have a water painter, if you have a little small brush, that would work. If you have a Wink of Stella, that would work. If you have a blender pen, that would work. If you have some chalks, you could use those. Think about what you have and just go with it. So where that embossed image is, it's pretty easy to add some color, isn't it, Dean?
Yes, it's well defined.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to create this project. So this is a super simple one. All you have in your envelope.
I'm gonna set these inks over here,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna also grab my glasses.
I'm going to have to grab you an inside panel because I don't
Mhm.
know. Yeah, that's your paper towel. Grabbed your glasses.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me grab you an inside panel because all you really need is your outer panel that's embossed, your card base, and your inside panel. We didn't even add any embellishments on this card. I thought that was so pretty the way that Dale colored that just using some of our classic ink.
That's what I like about the water painters is your classic ink is your palette of colors. And so we have Highland Heather, Azure Afternoon, Peach Pie, Daffodil Delight. I've stamped them on this block. And so all I'm going to do is take this block with the ink on it, and I'm going to grab my water painter. And this is the medium size if y'all have them.
If you have the newer ones, we also had some in the past.
And so I'm gonna grab a little bit of the um, Daffodil Delight and just kind of try to put it in these corners on the edges here.
And when he was done, he went ahead and used the black Stampin' Right marker to define the body. Do you want to do that again, or do you want to try to use the Azure Afternoon for the body? What do you think, Dee?
Well, I wish that we could let them vote, but uh, I'll let you vote. I can do either one.
Well, if you think you can do the Azure Afternoon body with the water painter, I think that would be cool.
You know, we'll get to it here in just a second.
Hey,
And then all I'm trying to do is go in a couple of these places where the die has uh, embossed.
embossing folder.
Embossing folder. Yeah, not die. I'm sorry. And just
You just want to take your time.
use just a little bit of color to fill in so that you get some color down in the bottom of them. Kind of give it a little mirror look. And
Just be patient,
then
relax.
started with the Daffodil Delight. Now I'm gonna come in here with the peach pie. A little peach pie in here.
You know, butterflies have so many different colors. I don't really think you can go wrong with your color palette.
I don't think so either.
And when you're done, you could stamp a sentiment to add. We just decided that we would leave it plain, plain and simple. You
Hmm.
could also stamp on the inside if you wanted to.
Sorry, I get quiet when I paint. I'm sure that doesn't happen to anybody else, right?
Silence.
They didn't respond to me.
Just kind of get into the zone.
Hmm. And I'll give him a little bit more color. I run over a little bit. All right. Now I'm gonna come in and put some Azure Afternoon in here. I'm hoping y'all can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, it looks good.
You're not trying to flood it with a lot of color and a lot of water. You're just trying to,
I really like the subtle effect that you got. Really, if you had your Stampin' Right markers or your Stampin' Blends,
oh
you could
yeah.
use those. Pretty much any coloring medium that you love, you could use.
Mhm. Those pastel chalks would be good.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm doing there is squeezing this, getting some water to run through it so that I got wash the color out of the brush itself. And then that way I can come in and put a little bit different color in.
And we did use thick basic white cardstock for this layer because we knew that it was going to need to take a little bit of water. We didn't want the paper to warp, so we used the thick. I like the effect that the embossing folder gives on that cardstock too.
Okay, now for the test, right?
For the test.
Uh-huh. Because what I'm trying to do is lay the brush just barely on the edge without touching any place else on the paper. And
Other than just the body.
ooh, that was a little bit too much right there. Mm, why not get enough color in this body right here?
And if you have the set, you could also cut a body to put on there with the dies if you prefer that.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little out of the line there.
Hold it up to the camera for just a minute. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. So then we can move all your coloring things and put the card together.
Put this on top of this.
Okay.
Paper towel on top of that.
Okay. Make sure we don't have any accidents.
And then just gonna put a little glue on this image. Not image.
It's an image.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we just need the inside panel.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I don't know. Do you like it better with the colored body, color of the card base, or do you prefer it with the black?
I think the black came out better because I let my color get a little out of control. I got it a little bit too wet. And I would be critical of my own work, you know?
You wouldn't?
No.
No, none of us are.
So, and
Okay, you want to hand me those ink pads and
sure.
let them take a look at those right quick. A little bit different look to them with the black or the
Mhm.
Azure Afternoon body. I like them both though.
All right.
Okay, so we'll move those out of the way and we will be back with card number 3 in just a moment. Okay, card number 3 is a fun fold. I think you're going to really like this one. I learned how to make this from Rhonda Wade, and Cheryl made us a prototype, and then we decided to use the Berry Burst paper. So you want to show them, Dale, the trick, what it does?
Right here, it's got a little pull out. Where'd you get this pull out?
Oh, the little tab.
Yeah,
Pull it all the way out because we did go ahead and stamp the sentiment. And if you'll read that sentiment for us,
it says, "In case you need me, I am here."
isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me look on these, excuse me, on these dies. There is one of the sentiment pieces.
This little cinnamon piece guy here.
Mhm.
All right.
That's what you use for the pull tab.
All right.
And we've done stuff like that before, but it's always fun to, remember that that's an option for us and utilize those dies that way. So I do have a couple tips on this one when you're putting it together, and we'll walk you through that as you go. You can put that back in. Just have to be kind of careful. I put a little bit too much tear and tape, so we will teach you how to put this one together so that you have a little bit more success. We'll do better on this next card.
Okay.
Okay. So there's several pieces. You are going to need some tear and tape for this one, but there are several pieces in your envelope. Be sure to find that little piece for the sentiment, that little banner, and set it aside so you don't lose him. So you do have a 5.5 by 4.25 piece of basic white cardstock that will function as your base. And then you found it?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get organized.
Trying to get organized, trying to figure out
Okay.
exactly where I'm at.
And then you've got a piece of cardstock here, and I don't quite remember the measurements. And I think I messed them up just a tiny bit, but they're still going to work. You want to go ahead and burnish that. You can show them that that is scored, and you're going to fold it over, and it doesn't match just right. Like I said, I made a little mistake when I was cutting and prepping, but it's going to work just fine.
That's
I want
gonna
to
be
say that's 7 inches long, and I should have scored it like at 3.5, and I scored it at 3.25, something like that. So it's going to work.
okay.
And so we've got a piece of designer series paper, Dale, and it's going to go on the side, the bigger side of it.
Okay, so we got the small side back here and the
Mm-hmm.
big side right here. So we're
Right.
gonna do it on the big side.
Going to do it on the big side.
All right, and we're just gonna glue him down.
Mm-hmm.
No special tricks, just
No special tricks on that. Just gluing that DSP down. A little bit of liquid glue. And then just some equal borders. They're a little bit smaller borders, I think, than what we normally use, but that's okay. That pretty berry burst.
it is pretty.
I love the way that the bokeh of the paper shows up on camera. I think just having that extra lighting on it is what helps with that.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead and open that up.
all right. Okay.
And then I think on the smaller piece, on either side, you're going to want to add some tear and tape. But if you go ahead and you add the full piece on both sides, it's going to close it up too much.
Okay.
So we're going to use our silicone craft sheet. When Cheryl made her prototype, she actually took the time to use her snips and cut her tear and tape in half, so it's skinnier. We're going to use a carry quick tip,
Uh-oh.
a lazy tip.
We're not gonna cut her
We're
tape.
not cutting our tear and tape, mainly because I don't want to clean the sticky off the scissors. So we're going to take our tear and tape, pull a piece off, and Dale is going to put it on just a little bit on the cardstock and a little bit on our silicone craft sheet. It's kind of hanging off. Okay.
Okay.
And then once he takes the backing off, you want to do that, or you want to do the other
I'm gonna do
side
the other
first?
side
Okay,
because
go ahead and put it
I
on
just
the other side. Do the same thing on the other side.
that way I got it stuck down and it's not going
Mm-hmm.
anyplace.
So
So
off of your card stock and over on part of it on your silicone craft sheet. So you're thinking, why am I adhering this down to my silicone craft sheet? Because it's an amazing tool. Adhesive just does not stick to this.
oops,
Helps
that's a
protect your
little
work
bit too much
surface. What?
tear tape.
Oh, too far?
Oh, I just yeah, it's too long.
Too long? Don't worry about it because you're going to be able to. Did you tear it off?
I tore it off.
You didn't even have to because you can kind of fold it back on itself.
Okay.
So the
So
silicone craft sheet is just amazing.
I'm gonna burnish that
because
down a little bit.
you can just rub off like liquid adhesive. Yeah, that's a good tip too, Dale, to burnish it down. Makes getting that backing off better. And Dale never has good fingernails for pulling off backing paper, so he likes to use the take your pick tool, don't you?
Absolutely.
Another good tip.
Right
And
there.
it comes
Cool.
right off, no frustration at all.
I can get it in between the adhesive and the backing and lift it right up.
So then
Okay.
what I would do is just pick this up, kind of fold it back over on itself. You understand what I'm
Okay. So
saying?
you're saying
Mm-hmm.
just kind of roll it back,
Mm-hmm. And that will
careful, and it'll,
add that adhesive on top of the other
okay.
and do the same thing to the other
And so I'm
side.
gonna just lay it down here like this and roll it
Roll it
over
back.
on itself.
So now you've got a much skinnier piece of tear and tape.
Okay.
Also gives you a little bit of lift, which with a pocket, that's not going to hurt, is it?
Not at all. And then
We'll just close it.
close it up. Okay. Glue him down to the card base.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what you're going to do. We'll get this out of the way.
Okay. Whoop. And we want to make sure that we only do it on the little piece and not the big, so we don't want to glue it shut, right?
Correct. I think I may have even used a little tear and tape on the back of that too. The liquid glue is going to be fine, but you want to make sure you use plenty so that it's attached well.
Okay. And then ooh, we don't glue it to the other card.
No, please don't. Just center that up,
Right.
and you can set that aside a little bit.
Okay.
And we'll bring our, what do you want to do next? The inside card, add that little tab, or do you want to?
Let's do our stamping on it.
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Bring in your mat.
Okay.
I love that sentiment. I think that's my favorite sentiment in this set. And I went ahead and stamped it, or actually Cheryl stamped that one down in the corner. You could put it up at the top, wherever you want it.
Okay.
Or really, you could use any grading on the inside.
How about at the top up here?
Over to the left or right.
Over to the left.
Okay.
Ooh, we got that a little crooked.
Uh-oh. If you'll put your stamp on your chamois, please.
Okay. All right.
So now adding the little tab,
You just
fold it in half. And I use the bone folder to burnish it a bit.
okay. You fold it in half right here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it's just going to stick up a tiny bit off of the card. But what I did was go ahead and just kind of eyeball it, center it on there with it just sticking up a little bit,
Okay.
and lay it down on your work surface once you get things situated where you want it.
Okay. All right.
And
No,
then
we're
that
gonna get it
way,
up here where we can.
yeah. And that way, once you get it situated, you can put your finger and hold it in place while you pull
Okay.
that flap back and add just a dot of adhesive
Okay.
on your top flap,
On the flat.
on the little tab,
All right.
just a little dot, and glue them down.
Whoop, trying to run away on me.
I know it wants to wiggle, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Flip him over and do
As
it
long as
again.
it's dried just a little bit, you can flip it over, do the other side. I just find it easier than what I've done in the past, which was put glue on both sides and then try to get it on my card. Made a big mess.
And try to get glue on your fingers.
Exactly.
That's always fun.
So we can set that aside now to dry for a minute.
Okay.
And now we can work on our butterfly.
All right.
Now I just added a little adhesive right in the center of the body. That's all I did.
Okay.
And what do you think of that white on white?
I love white on white.
Isn't it cool?
That was one of your grandfather's favorite tricks. You know that?
Yeah, my grandfather was a commercial artist and he taught us all kinds of tricks, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
Tips and tricks. He had already passed away when I started doing paper crafting. And to be honest with you, I always thought that creativity like skipped my generation. I didn't get those genes. But he would just be so thrilled with everything that we do.
Oh, yeah.
He would love it.
He was always ready to try something
He
new.
was. All right, so we'll let that dry for just a second, and then we can add that to our card base.
Okay. Pour a card base back in.
And we did put some dimensionals on the butterfly. Yes, we did.
Are you sure about that?
We did. And I know with Cheryl's kind of prototype, she went ahead and glued that intricate piece all the way down. So I know that's a look that some people like, and you could do that. You can also just glue this butterfly to your DSP. Whatever works for you. I love popping stuff up. One thing I hate is it covers up a lot of the Bokeh DSP, but that's okay.
But you don't have to have a lot of that bokeh
Effect.
effect
Yeah,
to get
be
the,
cool.
yeah, to get the cool. What's
So I was telling them, I think it may have even been last week. I watched a girl take a highlighter and highlight the back of her. Well, I guess actually it would be the front of her dimensionals.
okay.
She took a highlighter and highlighted them
All right.
so that when she put them on her project, she could tell which ones the backings had been removed from. What do you think of that?
Hmm. Interesting. Think that works.
I think so too. I haven't tried it, but I thought that was a pretty cool tip. And now the moment of truth. We'll see if our little mini card, little note card, will slide down in there. We living right?
Well, I think so. Can I get that little pocket opened up in there?
Mm-hmm. Fumble fingers.
Uh-huh. Look at that.
All right. Yeah, that works a lot better than mine. A lot better. Isn't that fun with the little tab and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to pull those down so they can see those. Our little butterfly pocket card. What?
We need some
Oh, yes, we do need some. We put those little stones, those little, I want to call them low impact. That's not
low profile.
low profile. Makes me think of tires,
Mm-hmm.
but they're really pretty. They've got some shine to them, but they are just super smooth and flat. They're perfect to use, I think, with these butterflies, put them on the bodies.
Well, stick that one to my finger. I'll spread mine out a little bit more than yours.
Okay. Well, they've got plenty of those in their kit, whole strip, so they can apply those however they want.
Okay.
Okay. Turned out cute. We're all ready to move on to project number 4.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, I think you're going to love project number 4. Lots of embossing again. It's kind of been a theme, hasn't it?
This has been the embossing class.
But That's such a beautiful folder, and it gives you such a cool effect.
You're about to lose your body right there.
Uh-oh, lose my body, my
Mhm.
butterfly body.
Mhm.
Okay, so we've got all of our little pieces that we're going to go ahead and bring on in. You want to set that up in that corner and
Okay.
go ahead and get to work.
All right.
So we should have an inside panel,
All right.
an outside panel that are going to be exactly the same.
I'm gonna go ahead and varnish it.
Okay, fresh freesia card base. Can't go wrong with purple, right?
Uh-uh.
Not with our group. Everybody loves purple.
So just a little bit off. Just
Is it? Okay, just zhuzh it a little bit. Can you do it?
I'm trying. It keeps sliding out of my fingers.
You want to hear a funny story?
Mm-hmm.
I ordered a stamp in French.
What? Oh,
A stamp set.
I was waiting for like a French fry
No,
stamp.
we have a French fry stamp too with
Oh,
seagulls. No, I ordered a stamp in French.
okay.
Fortunately, it has some images that, you can use for any language.
Oh, yeah.
One of the sentiments works. I didn't
Oh,
know I spoke French.
does it say we?
No, it says carpe diem.
Ah, see, says
So
hey.
I can still use that one, but it was pretty funny. I thought.
Well, that is nice.
So
We.
I think I was just like one number off, maybe. Anyway, it's always fun when you open a Stampin' Up! Box, but when you open it, you're like, what the heck is this? Why is this not
Well,
English?
French is a very prevalent language here in Central
In North
Texas.
America, yeah, in
Yes.
Central Texas. So we do have demonstrators in North America that live in Canada, and so that's why we offer French.
Well, the Acadiana area of Louisiana,
True, that is true.
the French quarters and all.
That is true.
So there are areas
So let us know if
not
you speak French.
not not
You'd like to translate the sentiments for me.
not Central Texas.
No,
We don't even speak English well. So,
we don't. Okay, you've already done something a little differently than what I would.
oh, I did.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna make this fun. So I typically, when I'm adding a strip, I don't glue my piece down first because it has to be trimmed, doesn't it?
yes, it does.
I'm known for this, and I think I've brushed off on Cheryl. But what she did was she went ahead and embossed that piece of cardstock. So you want to show the butterfly and that, not cardstock, that piece of designer series paper. So she embossed that piece and then had cut the butterfly out. When you flip it over, you get that other cool effect.
Ah,
So we're using both sides of the same piece of designer series paper.
nice.
Now that strip is a little bit long. You gonna make it work?
Oh,
You're gonna bring it
absolutely.
all the way across. What are you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do is bring it all the way across,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm
And
gonna
then
grab.
trim it off the card base.
I'm gonna. I can do that.
That'll work.
Okay,
That'll
I'll do
work.
that.
So kind of get your placement too with your butterfly before you glue. It's a pretty good sized butterfly,
Okay.
and you want to make sure you're going to get it positioned where you want it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Like where you want your strip to be. So I think if I remember correctly, we got our strip maybe up or down a little bit more than what we wish we had.
okay.
So kind of get your placement.
Okay.
So anyway, I would have glued my strip down to my white, trimmed it, and then glued it on the
That would have been,
card.
yeah, that
But,
would have been,
I also kind of set you up for
that
kind of
would be,
sabotaged you.
that would be so easy if we did that. And maybe at home they haven't, experienced these uh pro tips like this.
Mhm.
What to do when you have
You don't have a saboteur crafting with them. But there's always a fix. Almost always.
Mhm.
Not that we've never messed anything up beyond,
Repair.
yeah, but most of the time. May not be exactly like you envisioned it to begin with, but it'll work.
Okay, I got that on there, and I'm
Okay.
gonna roll this back and try to take this little bit of extra paper off.
And we do that on purpose because if she had gone ahead and we cut that and then embossed it, it would have taken up some of that slack. It would have been too short. I'd much rather send you a piece that's too long that you can trim than send you a piece that's too short.
Okay, and then you got some. You got the butterfly body. What did we do with it? Oh, there it is, right there.
Oh, sorry. I still lost a piece, didn't I?
Okay, I'm gonna put a little dab of glue down the center of his
Just a
body.
tiny little bit. And when we add this butterfly, we are only going to add adhesive to the center of his body, not the wings. So it gives it some lift off of the card.
Okay, so only on the center of the body, right?
That's what we did. And we may have even popped it up. I don't remember.
No, I think we got the cinnamon strip popped up.
Ah, there you go. Just a little bit big.
All right, and then
Try
now
to
we're
get
gonna.
your positioning because it is a pretty good sized butterfly. You don't want it hanging off the edge of your card. Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful. And
And
then
I love the effect it gives embossing that DSP. So pretty.
I do love the fact that y'all have me set up for success right here.
In what way?
Oh, I get to stamp on this strip, but at least it's not already adhered to the card, right?
True.
That would make
You're
it more
welcome.
fun. Be another one of those tips of how to take the strip off and
Replace it.
replace it once you've stamped it all wonky. Or you might have a wonky friend you want to send a happy birthday.
True. That is true. Such an intentional stamper.
Well,
Some of us just kind of do a drive-by when we're stamping.
well, I try to get it lined up. I try
I
to get it
know. So we put about 4 dimensionals on the back so that we
okay.
could pop that strip up. And I love this sentiment piece and the fact that it's got that little decorative edge.
You didn't use these low profile dots on this. What did you use?
Oh, we grabbed some celebration purple sequins. I'm glad
Okay.
you mentioned that. So don't forget that we still have celebration going on. Free gift with purchase from Stampin' Up. So when you place an order that is $60 retail prior to tax and shipping, then this is one of the choices that you have is to choose these purple sequins, and they are fabulous.
I thought about using these really purple ones and making it stand out,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'm going to use
Use
these
the ones at the top that were,
that
but you do whichever ones call to you.
I want to use these multicolored ones
Okay.
off to the side here
Okay. They're beautiful.
because I think that the multicolor and the butterfly
Kind of
plus
picks up that color.
yeah, it just kind of gives it a little bit of wow. And look at me shooting dimensional backs everywhere.
You're taking a tip from me now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let's see how many dimensional backs we can get on the work surface. That'd be a fun game, right?
I think I'll win.
And then we'll just put him right across the
Mm-hmm.
butterfly.
I think that looks good. Find all the cards. We just kind of shoved them to the side so we can bring everything back in. Let me finish that one up.
All right.
What do you think?
Pretty cute.
Isn't that pretty?
Pretty doggone cute.
So pretty. I like it. Okay, hand me one of those and I'll hand you one of the other
Okay.
projects. So we can just bring everything back in camera. And here in CT's Craft and Connect, I will go ahead and I will make an album with the beautiful bokeh so that we can put all the cards, photos of the cards in there for you. And you can recreate them if you want to, or just get inspired from them. So that is it for our stamp class this month. We appreciate you being here with us and hope that you've learned a little tip or two and that you want to make these cards as well. I think I may have a kit or two left. So reach out to me if you would like to get a kit. In order to do that, class is either $20 or free with a minimum order of $25. So you can make these cards just like we did if you want to. All right.
And
Anything else, Steve?
I'm just gonna say
What?
the minimum level is celebration. $60 with purchase, and you
Mm-hmm.
get an additional free gift.
And we've got a couple more weeks too if you're interested in joining our team. There is a starter kit special going on, and it will be through the 28th of February. You can actually get $30 free in your starter kit. So you pay just $99, choose $125 worth of product, plus that extra $30. So you do the math.
Oh, put me on the spot, huh?
That's easy math, right?
Uh,
Anyway, and then
29 and 39 will be
30
59. Oh, I'm sorry. 29,
and
129, 125,
125,
and 30, it would be 155.
155 that you get to pick out. It's not anything that you have to choose to put in your starter kit. And your starter kit is really just a crafting kit. It does not mean that you have to be a demonstrator that does classes, events, videos, all that stuff. You don't have to. You can just enjoy the discount and try it out. So if you're interested in that, let us know. We'd love to have you on our Super Inspired Stampers team.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you later.
Bye now.